Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. So today is a funner day of eating, so I'm going to share that with you guys. Also, all the kids are gone for a week, so it is just me, Charles, and Luke here. So I'm going to show you everything we're eating today, but it will be obviously smaller amounts because it's just really me and Charles eating it. So let's just go on and we're going to start with breakfast. For breakfast, we're going to make this chocolate chip baked oats, and let's just make it. Okay, so I'm going to start by preheating my oven to 350 degrees. And then I have about 2 bananas here. You would want to use just fresh ripe bananas. I just have frozen because I wasn't thinking, and I froze our overripe bananas yesterday. So that's about 2 bananas, maybe a little over. And I'm just going to move that into my blender here. The 2 bananas. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I'm going to do a couple cups of oats. Maybe about 2 1/4, somewhere in there. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Just a good pinch. And about 1.5 cups of, I'm using almond milk, but whatever kind you have. Then we're going to blend this all together. And I'm going to just pour this in there. Then I'm going to just add some chocolate chips. I'm going to just kind of stir that in. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a few on top. And I'm going to bake this for about 20 minutes. Okay, now I have so much produce from our garden that I'm going to make some green juice as well to go with this. So I'm just going to turn on my juicer. I have some kale from my garden. I'm going to just kind of shove that in there. I have a lot of kale. If I didn't have all of this growing in my garden, then I wouldn't make a juice today, but I just want to use up what we have. And I got Charles actually drinking green juice when I was doing my juice fast. So I know he will drink it. If you have a better juicer than I do, you would get a lot more juice than I will. I'm going to add some of the cucumbers from our garden. I'm also going to add 1 lemon, just peeled. I have a chunk of ginger. I would use double that or triple that if it was not for Charles. And then I also have some apple. And I have some lettuce that I needed to use up from our garden as well. So that's what's all will be in this juice. And a lot more cucumber. Oh, and celery. forgot, I'm also going to be adding about 3 stalks of celery to this as well. And then I just like to pour it through a strainer so that it's just a really smooth juice. Get any little bit of extra pulp out. Alright, so here's the amount of green juice that I made, so we will drink that for breakfast. Then I've got that for later or tomorrow as well. So I'll just get that one in the fridge. And here is the chocolate chip baked oats. It looks so good. I'm gonna let that cool for a few minutes and then we will cut it up. Okay, so here it is. Looks so good. And then on mine, I drizzled some peanut butter. It's just nothing but peanuts. It's Richard's peanut butter. And Charles, though, he does not like peanut butter and banana combo. I love it. This is the peanut butter that I use. It is just 100% peanuts. The only ingredients is peanuts. So now I will get him to come try it and to drink his juice. I've already been drinking some. Now you guys, he will drink it. I didn't say he loves it. I just said he will drink it. All right. I'm gonna try that first or your green juice?
Oh, I'm definitely leading in with this one.
You drink your green juice. How's the oats?
Very good. You wouldn't know it was oats. I really don't think you would.
What would you think it is?
Just like a banana nut bread.
Like a banana bread? All right, juice. Chug-a-lug, baby. I love this stuff. Jake and Kate, I made it probably in '99, right after I had Kate. I would make this. We called it green lemonade. I watched the Juice Man infomercials.
Well,
and got his juicer.
It reminds me of drinking lawn.
And Jake and Kate love it. I can't make enough when they're home. But then I stopped making it so the others aren't used to it. So they don't care for it either. I love it. It's very green and earthy. It's good with beets in it too.
I'll make you happy.
Thank you.
It tasted very cucumbery this time.
Yeah, because we got a lot of cucumbers. All right, we're gonna go
now back to this.
Eat breakfast. Just so you guys can see how good that was, I ate the little piece I showed you guys, about this size, and Charles ate the rest. He said he can't quit coming back for more. It is very good. Okay, so now it is time to get dinner going. It's only 11:15. However, this dinner, the patties need to sit in the freezer for dinner. So I'm gonna make them now, put them in the freezer, and they'll just be ready tonight when we do dinner. So I'm gonna make, which I've been making for many years, and I've shared this recipe many, many times. I'm gonna make my black bean burgers. However, we're not gonna call them black bean burgers, we're gonna call them bean patties, because we're not gonna eat them on a bun, we're just gonna eat them on the side. And Charles will like them better if he's not expecting them to taste like a burger versus just, no, it's a bean patty. And I think he'll really love it. He's never tried them before, even though I've made them for many years. The kids and I love them. So hopefully he'll give it a thumbs up and he'll like, since he's trying new foods a little bit more, so fingers crossed, I think he'll love it. This is also then a great thing to have in the freezer, or I'm just gonna cook them all up tonight because I will eat on this then for days, and hopefully he likes them and will too. Okay, so to make these bean patties, I'm gonna start with just a little bit of water in a pan and heat this up. I'm cooking it on high. Now here I have one small yellow onion chopped. And I'm gonna add about 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm just gonna cook this down. I'm gonna add a little salt as well. While that's cooking, I'm gonna share with you the spices we're gonna use. So in here, we have cumin, some chili powder, coriander, and cayenne pepper. I'll have all the measurements listed for you guys down below in the description box. When Charles is able, he'll start putting recipes in the website again. But for right now, I'll just put it in the description box. We'll let these cook for a few minutes, and then we are going to add to that 2 cups of shredded carrots. That's 2 shredded carrots. I'd say it's more than 2 cups. And if you need to add more water, just add a little more water. If you're not oil free, then you could do this in oil. That's what I used to do, is saute them in oil. We just aren't doing that anymore. Okay, now I'm going to go on and add the carrots. And then I'm just going to reuse this bowl to put in everything that we need to put in. Add just a tiny bit more water. And then at this point, I also want to go on and add all of our spices. This smells amazing while it's cooking. I love cumin. Let that cook for just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to set this aside and let it cool off so that we can handle it. Because we're going to need to mix it all together with our hands, along with all the black beans. Okay, I'm going to let this cool off, and then I'm going to rinse and drain. I'm going to rinse and drain 2 cans of black beans. Okay, so here I just have a baking dish lined with some parchment paper, and now I'm going to get in and just start smashing some of these beans. I like some to still be whole, but you want to smash some of them. And you could use a potato smasher or something like that, but I honestly find just getting them with your hands, with this one especially, is just the easiest way to do it. Next, I'm going to add all the veggies that we just sauteed up. They're still pretty hot, but I think they'll be okay for me to handle. Then I'm going to add 1 or 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You could add salt and pepper as well if you want, but I think if you add enough soy sauce, you don't need that. And then I am using quick cooking oats for this. You can make your own quick oats if you don't have any by just putting in a food processor regular rolled oats and just blend them for a second, and then you've got just a couple pulses and you have quick oats. I'm going to do about a ½ a cup of that. And then this is all just going to get mixed together. If you need a little more oats, add a little more. Again, easiest way is just do it with your hands. We're going to form them with our hands anyway into patties, so. So now I'm just going to take them and just form them into patties. These are a great make ahead because they need to go in the freezer for at least a little while, a few hours, I'd say at least. And they are great heated up, reheated. You can do them in the air fryer, you can do them in the oven, you can fry them with some oil if that's what you like. Now this is just going straight into the freezer. Okay, so now I'm gonna start lunch. I just have some of these corn tortillas, and I'm just gonna lay them here and pop them in the oven to crisp up. And then I'm gonna make a filling for the top. Okay, so for lunch I'm gonna start off just heating up some water in here, in this pan. And then in this container here, I'm just using up some stuff we have. I have some corn and black beans left over from enchiladas that we made. I didn't need that for part of the filling. And then I also just opened a can of pinto beans. So I'm just gonna put all that together. I also had a few tomatoes that I needed to use up. Then I've got some onion here that we chopped up on meal prep day. So I'm gonna add that. And I'm just gonna cook this for a minute on here. I'm also gonna just use some open taco seasoning mix that I had. Just trying to kind of use up stuff so I don't waste stuff. And then I'm gonna heat up some of our cheese sauce. If you guys missed that recipe, I shared that on the meal prep day. So I'm gonna heat some of this up. Okay, I'm also gonna add some of this taco seasoning mix in here. And the tomatoes. And the beans and corn. Also gonna add some more water and just kind of let this cook down so that all these seasonings will just coat everything. Okay, so this is now cooked down. And these are good and spicy. Not too spicy. Taco spicy. I'm gonna go and turn this off. Alright, so here I'm just gonna take some of this bean mixture and put it on top of each one. These are nice and crispy now. Okay, next I'm going to add some of the cheese sauce to each one. And then Charles will only do lettuce on his. He won't do all the other delicious toppings. So I'll put lettuce on a few. And then I will do lettuce. I need to chop up some more lettuce. And then I will also put some avocado. A squeeze of lime. I'm gonna add some cilantro from our garden. And then this is our ranch sauce, which is really just like a herby sour cream. And I'm gonna add a dollop of that. Then I also like a little bit of sriracha on mine, or jalapenos. So I'll have Charles do a taste test for you guys. All right, he's gonna do a taste test for you guys, and then I am hungry because I just had a small piece of that this morning and I'm ready to eat.
Is it gonna break apart when I eat it?
I don't know, we'll find out. Good and crunchy.
That's really good.
Thank you. It'll take just a matter of a few minutes to throw it together.
I'm gonna use some avocado, cilantro, and lime though.
Yours has a little lime, haha. But it doesn't have the yummy ranch and all that goodness.
I wouldn't change a thing. It's perfect.
Good. All right, we're gonna go eat lunch because I'm starving.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, so for dinner tonight, I have a can of green beans that I canned, but this one did not seal, so I'm gonna use that up for dinner. And then Charles wanted mac and cheese to go with our bean patties. So I've got this protein pasta. So we're gonna use this. And then just using the cheese sauce. This comes in so handy. Normally what I have been doing is making the noodles al dente, adding some onion, the cheese sauce, topping it with some breadcrumbs and putting it in the oven for like a baked mac and cheese. But tonight I'm gonna keep it simple. Just put it straight on top of the stove and make it just like you would like a box mac and cheese. So that's how we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna get these bean burgers in the oven. So here are the frozen bean burgers. I'm gonna just put them in just like this on the cookie sheet, straight into the oven. I'm canning green beans and I just heard stuff popping. We're gonna pop this into the oven just like this. All right, so while all that's cooking, I thought I'd take a minute to answer just a couple questions that you guys had that were really good on the last video. One was, do I still have a stocked pantry? The answer to that is yes, I do. We're actually going through some stuff that we haven't been going through. So by going through all of the beans, I still have lots of dried beans. I probably still have a year's worth of rice for our family. Oats, we went through a lot of oats. In fact, I'm down to, I opened the one tub of quick oats today, and then I have 2 old-fashioned rolled oats left downstairs, so I am gonna need to replace oats before too long. We've been eating a lot of oats, and Charles likes a great big bowl of oats with blueberries in the morning, so probably next month I'm gonna need to replenish oats. We'll go through it pretty quick. Let's see what else. I already had tons of canned beans. I had most everything that we're eating already. I already had it. I had lots of nuts and seeds in my freezer, if you guys remember from any of the tours that I've given. So yeah, I have a lot of that. We have a lot of wheat that I grind for flour. So we still have a lot of that stuff down there. So yes, my pantry is still stocked with a lot of stuff that we're just now going through. Over the last few months, we started really digging into that. Next question was, are we eating eggs? I am not. The family, they could and they might. I don't know. I know Brooke has made an egg here or there. Kate's made one for Theo. But we had a bunch of our hens go broody. And so we don't get a lot of eggs when the hens are broody. And on top of that, we had a lot of heat, and the hens don't lay as much in the heat. So we were pretty much just making what we are selling, and not a whole lot of extra. We went from like 2 dozen a day to getting under a dozen a day. So the heat and the broody hens, we had about 6 of them go broody together at the same time. And then the heat, that just kind of wiped that out. We also lost a few hens along the way. Just one had what they call sauerkraut, and another one, we don't even know why, she just died, and we don't even know why. And then we had a predator get one, so we did lose a few hens as well. So egg production has just been down, and we have regular customers that we sell eggs to, And so when you guys saw how much it costs to feed our animals, that $300 lasts us 2 to 3 months, depending on how much the animals go through the stuff. It's 2 to 3 months worth of food. And then on top of that, we sell enough eggs to cover all the cost of the chicken feed, which is wonderful. So the other question was, what are we gonna do with all the animals if we're going more whole food plant-based? What are we gonna do with the animals? So nothing, we're not changing anything right now. As of right now, everything's staying the same. If dairy is not a problem for Ronnie down the road, after we go to the GI doctor, then I see no reason the family can't have dairy from our cow. If dairy is a problem, then we have to decide what we want to do with Miss Belle, because I don't know that we can separate from her. We are very attached to her. She is the sweetest cow ever, and we adore her. So Luke's running outside. So I don't know what will happen there. As far as the pigs go, we are going to keep them, and we are going to breed them and sell Kuni piglets. And then again, as long as we stay whole food plant-based, we'll just have to see what happens down the road. The family is eating some meat a couple times a week, so I would prefer for that to come from our farm than, you know, a store. So we'll just see what happens. For right now, at least until this time next year, there's not going to be any changes going on there. That's all going to stay the same. So hopefully that answered some of your questions. All right, now back to all this food I got going. All right, so as far as the green beans go, I'm just gonna heat them up in this pot back here. And I'm just gonna add some garlic powder, some salt, some pepper, and just a splash of water. All right, and then in this pot here, I'm gonna heat up some of this cheese, because I'm gonna add the noodles to this cheese sauce. Now, if you guys remember, this cheese sauce that we love is really just some nuts and also some potatoes and carrots. That's really all it is, and spices. So I'm just heating this so it'll warm up, and then I'll add the noodles to this. Okay, now this pasta is done. I'm just gonna add it in here with all this cheese. If I need to add a little more cheese, I will. It'll heat up in the pan just fine. And we're just gonna start stirring it all up. I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit more cheese. We'll see. Ooh, this is hot, hot, hot. I don't know, it's getting pretty cheesy. I'm gonna add just a little bit more cheese here. I guess I'll just add the rest because we're almost out. Have to make more cheese sauce tomorrow. Because you want it good and cheesy. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of parsley to this. A little bit of garlic powder. And a little bit more salt and pepper. And stir this the rest of the way up. Alright, so here it is. This is mine. I'm doing the bean burgers with some of the ranch. I put that on everything and hot sauce. I also like to add a little hot sauce to my mac and cheese. And I'll probably add some to the green beans. And then here's Charles's. He's got a side of ketchup if he wants to try it like that. And then tonight we're going to watch a movie. So I will share with you guys after dinner what we're going to do for a movie later on tonight. It's about 6 o'clock. So we'll probably do a movie about 9 o'clock. So I will share with you guys what we're doing for snack then. Here comes the taste tester. Alright, Charles is going to be your taste tester.
We'll start with green beans.
They're from our garden. I thought they were wonderful.
Very good.
And you're not even a green bean fan, but...
No, but they're good for green beans.
Okay, there's ketchup if you want to use it, or you can try it without it first and
I'll try
see.
it without it first.
I have to say it's time to get my green beans out of the canner.
It doesn't taste bad, but you can tell it's beans.
Well, yeah, I love them. They taste like beans, but you can try it in the ketchup if you want to. You like it just plain?
Well, I'll dip the ketchup because you got it, but it doesn't really need it.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me of eating like a taco with beans on it. Just that tastes like a taco.
Hey, but they don't taste taco-y at all.
No. But the texture of the bean is kind of what you would get in like a crunchy taco or something, I thought.
Okay.
Good.
Alright, then try the mac and cheese. And there's plenty of bean burgers left. Because I'm hungry and ready to eat too. And this time I didn't bake it. I just did on stovetop like a box mac and cheese.
I do like seasoning in the bean burger.
Good.
Oh, it's great. If you didn't know it didn't have dairy, you wouldn't know it didn't have dairy.
Yeah. That's very good. Alright, we're going to go eat dinner and I'll show you guys our snack later when we're watching a movie.
Very good.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to make our nighttime snack. So it is about 9:30. Normally, I will tell you, I am not a nighttime snacker. However, if we're going to watch a movie, that kind of thing, then I like to snack with everybody else. Charles, on the other hand, is a habitual nighttime snacker. Every night, actually everybody I think in the family but me is a nighttime snacker. I'm just usually not. I just got my shower, as you can see, and normally I would just brush my teeth and be done and climb into bed. I have some water, maybe an herbal tea. That's what I normally do. But if we're watching a movie, we're gonna have a treat together. So one of the things that we are gonna use is this popcorn theater style. It is dairy free. It is an oil. This is oil. So the only time that I'm using oil at all is if we use this on popcorn, which we only do about once a month, maybe twice a month, if that. Sometimes don't even do it at all. And also sesame oil. I am doing a little bit of sesame oil in like Asian dishes because it just makes all the difference and I can't go without it, and you just use a tiny drop.
And I want to go on record to say that I'm not habitual. I'm consistent.
You're a habitual nighttime snacker.
I'm consistent.
So I will use this. The other time that I use this, not for myself but for the family, is if I'm making like a garlic bread. A light spray of this on garlic bread. It tastes just like you put butter on it, and it's just canola oil, it's natural flavoring, and some yellow coloring, and that's it. So it's not the healthiest at all. It is processed 100% for sure. Canola oil is definitely not the best oil, but it makes the family feel like they're eating real popcorn with, you know, butter on it and all of that, and I'm not gonna take that away from them. And that's one of the few things that, you know, we're making an exception for. All right, so let's make popcorn. All right, so I'm gonna make some air pop popcorn. You guys, this is the cutest air popper. Brooke got this for her friends from Christmas. They got it for her gift. And so you take the lid off and it becomes a bowl. And then this little bit just snaps right on here. And then we have the spoon here that we're gonna just scoop some popcorn in. That one doesn't look good. Then we're gonna put this on. Alright, so this is mine and Charles' bowl of popcorn. And then normally Luke would eat popcorn, but he decided to go to bed at 9:30 tonight, so that's awesome. So we will also, with our popcorn though, Charles likes this one, a chocolate bar. So he'll eat some squares of that. Knowing him, he'll probably eat like half of it, is my guess. And then I'll do a few bars of this one. Is one I like. It is also a dark chocolate, but it's a cashew butter, and this one I like a lot. So I'll do a couple bars of that and have some popcorn, and then I'm having a bubbly water and he'll just have water. So that's gonna wrap it up. That's what we ate today. That's realistic, what we truly are eating now, how we're eating. And tomorrow I'll show you guys how simply I'm throwing stuff together tomorrow with using the leftovers. And then Charles went to the cows tonight, and I did some gardening stuff in the garden, picking stuff, so I'll share all that with you guys tomorrow as well. And yeah, I hope all of you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. Bye everybody, see you tomorrow.